What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan, and welcome. And we are here to talk about, and actually I haven't done a discussion for a manga in a minute, but it's the manga chapter to Boruto chapter 48 discussion. There's a few things that I wanted to point out, things that is going on. And yeah, this chat, like the last few chapters, kind of like just had my mind just kind of like blowing, kind of going crazy. So I think it's about time we're make a step back into this manga series. So before I go ahead and get started, do go ahead, subscribe, hit that like, hit the follow. Don't forget to leave a comment in the video for what you guys think about this chapter and the things that I'm discussing. So let's go ahead and get started. So in this Boruto chapter, we get to see the continued fight between Jigen and Koji. Now, if you're familiar with the last chapter, it was revealed that Koji is a clone of Jiraiya. So he's not actually Jiraiya, but he's a clone of Jiraiya. But that's the point right there. But let me just speed through of what exactly is going on. So their fight commenced, and he is bound to try to defeat Jigen, in which that ain't happening. Jigen is just way too powerful. His main thing is that he shrinks the ability, being able to absorb it. The Osatsukis is pretty much an overpowered thing. You can't go into a 1-0 fight with an Osatsuki and expect to come out that boy unscathed. I mean, you're probably gonna die, but you know, they is just that crazy. So they better commence. He pretty much put up a valiant effort. I mean, man, he's doing his thing. He pretty much coming out there using the sage mode and all that good jazz. And that's very shocking that Koji is able to use the sage mode without the two elder frogs. Unlike the actual Jiraiya, who had an incomplete sage mode, and the way that you know that it's like really not like at that level to where Naruto's and Koji is at, is because Jiraiya looked certain things about himself changed and looked like a frog, like his feet. He started getting warts, his face a little bit. You could tell that he was in sage mode versus Naruto. You have to really look into his eyes, and Koji is pretty much the markings around his eyes to really show, you know, that he's in sage mode. Now, he pretty much get overpowered by Jigen. He pretty much almost bit the dust, and literally, like, if you see the way that he's planted down, it's almost if he's in the same position that Jiraiya was when he got impaled by all of the pains. But this is the crazy thing. Koji was able to escape. He basically summoned a toad. The toad put him in his mouth, snaps down, and they teleport away. He makes it out of that fight alive. Not know if due to his injuries is he gonna die later, but he definitely makes it out that fight, you know, some way. Jiraiya, nah, man, he put a message on there, and then he pretty much bit the dust. He floated down to the bottom of the Hidden Rain village, and Jiraiya at that point was R.I.P. Now, in this case, Amado plan pretty much at this point was to get Jigen to come into his full form, because if he was doing that, the karma will erase, and then they will be able to try to take him down, in which he was hoping that Sasuke and Naruto lures him to the village and being able to do so. Now he comes there a lot sooner. They're not able to evacuate, do none of the stuff that they was planning on doing. So now it's pretty much going to come down to Naruto and Sasuke. Will they be able to beat Jigen? Honestly, that's a no. If you pretty much looked at the last few chapters, especially when they try to go against them last time, Sasuke and Naruto got bodied, and he's even strong. He's in a full form. Like, that plan just doesn't seem right. They would have to, I don't know what they can do to really make themselves being able to defeat him. But I mean, at this point, we kind of like hinting at a time skip, maybe. At this hinting at the time skip, because we making it to the village. Kawaki is there. You know, we probably gonna get that scene to where the village is pretty much destroyed again for the second time. But however, that's where the chapter ends. He make it to the village. He's standing above it, and at this point, Sasuke and Naruto is pretty much gonna have to get things underway. They're gonna have to pretty much put their plans into motion, and destruction of the Hidden Leaf cannot be avoided. Now, again, one of the things that stand out to me the most is that Kenji was able to make it out that fight alive. I just don't understand that. You got to understand the pain that I am going to like looking into this. When you're talking about Koji is able to make away from an Otsutsuki when Jiraiya could have did the same thing and make it away from pain, I don't think that was a very good thing that they needed to put in a manga chapter. They should have let him die a hero just like the real one, because at this point you're making Koji seem like he's a lot stronger, and I mean that could be the point. You know, we don't really understand all about this cloning, artificial things that they do to the body. I mean, Kawaki is not normal. Like, he's been tampered with through science. And what could have happened? They could have, made his chakra better, made him being able to use Sage Mode, made Jiraiya more of a beast in this clone than he was in the original. That could have happened. And I mean, they could go into a tale explaining that. But then the question is, how the hell did they get some of Jiraiya DNA? Like, I mean, yeah, hair follicles follow everywhere, but from a string of hair, nah, they need something a little bit more point. From a blood sample, what, you had a chick sleep with him and then they stole some blood he never knew about? Doesn't seem ninja-like. Y'all going to the bottom of the sea, which Kabuto could not go to the bottom of the sea. A reason why he could not make him a reanimated puppet during the 4th Great War. So that's a thing. How did they get a clone of Jiraiya? Questions. And again, with this whole new science thing, they could have created something to like dive in deep, but it hasn't been that long. What kind of technology you could have came up with that could have had you go all the way down to the bottom of the sea deep? They said the hidden rain, like water around a village, runs really, really deep. So, man, that's a question right there. Now, one of the biggest things that I take away from this is how unique this plan is. See, he won't Naruto and Sasuke being able to defeat Jigen, which Jigen had a karma race for Kawaki, so that could be their point, because if they kill him there, then he won't have a copy user to really go to, or at least they will have some time to kind of combat him instead of them jumping right into Kawaki's body and being ready and active. So again, that could be the thing that's going on. So it's quite a few things you could really say that can happen in the next chapter. I just know that things are really like heating up in the Boruto chapter, and it's raising a lot of eyebrows, raising a lot of questions, and that's the good thing that they want to do. They want to bring the attention towards them. So all honesty, the Boruto manga is really, really taking off, and unfortunately the anime could follow in the same suit, but they're not doing it. And see, in my opinion, you don't even have to do weekly episodes. You could have did movie parts, like did a movie for a certain section, do another movie, do another one, cram them boys into movies and release it. Could have did that. That way it doesn't feel like you're just giving us nothing but fillers. But that's just me. We're not here to really talk about anime, but so far, my Boruto manga has been doing good. If you haven't really caught up with it and you will feel behind, hey, this is the perfect time to catch up, for real. So other than that, thank you guys for definitely tuning in, and yeah, leave your comments below on what you guys think about this. Do y'all agree with some of the things that I'm saying, disagree, or what maybe y'all factor into the reason why they're able to do a clone of Jiraiya, how he's able to survive, and the plan that is going through with Naruto and Sasuke facing Jigen again. So definitely want about that. Well, other than that, AshTheMan is out. Peace.